What's up, y'all? It's your girl, the Authentic Empress. It's gonna be a little different. Like, you ain't gonna really be able to see me like that. What up, what up? But I'm gonna have to be quick or whatever. So, this is just for a selected few, first and foremost. Um, so, this message that I got here, this is about those of you who may have had a parent, whether this is your mother or your father. For a lot of you, it will be your mother. Those of you who had a mother that when they were your age or when they were younger, they had their siblings or even friends, fake friends, stuff like that, even other relatives or their in laws, right? Jealous of them or having to deal with jealousy, jealous of their body, um, jealous of their unbotheredness, their essence, their ability to naturally attract quality mates, or quality opportunities, or just the way that they carry themselves that was different from everybody else. Like, they weren't, shallow, right? They weren't pressed to be a bad bitch. But this is talking about like your family member having to like really be what people would consider, I guess, to be a bad bitch, but like really being like top tier, like female or feminine like energy or masculine energy around the neighborhood, right? Or in the family, in the bloodline, whatever the case may be, right? So this is talking about those of you who's had that parent and you just being like in a higher mind, like in your higher self, right? With spirit, right? More connected with source, with the absolute oneness, right? You receiving more downloads or deeper understandings of the secrets of why your parents are the way that they are, or understanding their triggers, their challenges within their life path, or whatever the case may be, right? Just like you have your own. And some of it could have stirred from how they was with you, or the way that they was with you could have stemmed from like experiences they had in their youth, right? From other people, projecting things onto them, casting dark magic and witchcraft onto them. So those of you who like just understanding spirituality more, and now you're more familiar, or you're reawakening that knowledge, that sacred knowledge about magic, and like just how low people will go with it, and sorcery, and the dark depths of where it can really go when it comes to adversarial opposition, this, that, and the third. So this is talking about your parents, or your parent could have like not really reached that state of spiritual consciousness or understanding or comprehension to really understand magic because of religion, for instance. Like, maybe they could have been just stuck like in Christianity, or like just in a religion that kind of like blocks off like that occultic knowledge or that occultic side, or like, for example, how there's like the internet and then there's like the dark web. Like, not just anybody can get into that. So it's like that type of knowledge, like that intuitional knowledge, like in the Book of the Dead, or like in Egyptian Egyptian texts and this and the third. They have this thing that they call intuitional knowledge, like your intuition, right? So that's the thing here. A lot of people don't be operating out of that, or they don't operate, like they don't reach levels, because it's levels of consciousness, or like that you can reach, like the more that you're connected with yourself, like, and have knowledge of yourself. So a lot of our people have been programmed, even through like media or religion or whatever, or tradition, or not all tradition, but like the toxic tradition, to basically just not really explore knowing themselves deeply, or like facing themselves, confronting themselves, confronting their fears, right? They've been taught to avoid their fears, like to just avoid it, this, that, and the third, right? Phobias, like they just develop things about it and just kind of pacify it. They don't really encourage people to confront these things, right? So we have like a lot of parents, or a lot of our parents, they don't really confront things, or they're used to kind of just sweeping things under the rug, and they think that's what long suffering means. But no, there's a long suffering that the Most High speaks of, and it's like not of that nature. Like, for example, let's say like you're fighting for a good cause, like for justice or war, like you're going through an attack, or people are projecting onto you, and now you understand magic, you understand how to protect yourself from magic, you understand how to whatever the case may be, and knowing that you're not alone, you know how to invite and allow and contact your ancestors, your spirit guides, your the angels and stuff like that, to avenge you or defend you, or whatever the case may be, right? So how to go to battle, like on on a deeper scale, right? So it's different. It's like, so this is why you're like the one like to really like awaken this, and yeah, it may be challenging, like, you know, for them to not really be on that level or to receive the resistance, even though like deep down you care and you just want the best for them, right? So that may be like a challenge for you. But this is talking about you being like in a higher, you know, understanding yourself and knowing that how powerful you are, your words, your prayers, your thoughts, your affirmations, your magic, your writings, your songs. It doesn't matter what it be, your drawings, you know, your creativity, you understanding how powerful that is, and like, yo, like I'm really a healer. I could be the healer, right? I could be the one to really be able to work magic, you know, in the healing nature that we're supposed to. The medicine women that we had back in our, you know, in our ancestry, right? So we know how to speak and intervene on behalf of those who are innocent, and they just don't realize, or there's like this shield, this veil, because of the magic, that the heavy magic that they were under for so long, that nobody really addressed it, because it's like it was magic, you know. And then there's like this oblivion spell that kind of coats it as well, where it's like they're kind of oblivious to it, you know, like they make excuses for it, you know, they become comfortable with it, complacent, right? That's another thing that's like attached to these kind of, you know, these kind of things. So basically the message that I got here is that you basically are developing an understanding about, and I'm talking about those parents who really did take care of you, like okay, maybe they didn't get everything right emotionally because they didn't like really get to evolve or expand, you know, emotionally, right? But maybe like when it came to like priorities and like making sure, you know, you were taken care of, let's say like one parent, you know, like they were kind of slack as fuck, like when it came to certain shit. Maybe they tried, maybe they wasn't hitting the mark or whatever, but maybe they actually tried like to give a fuck, like, you know, to really understand, even though maybe they were still like some type of collision. Because sometimes you'll have people who can be completely emotionally unavailable, or, you know, like they don't contribute at all. So this is talking about you being able to see like, you know, energies on like certain family members that you really do like have a deep love for, even though there's things about them, like their traumas, their challenges that are unhealed, unaddressed, right, that can be irritable to you, right? This is talking about these, like, seeing the people in your family that were arrogant as fuck, you know, jealous and money hungry and greedy and jealous of people's appearance and feel like they got to take other people out just so they can stand out and they can seem like they the shit, or they top tier, or they the bad bitch or the baddest bitch, whatever the case may be. You being able to recognize how these people was moving with you, and being able to look at certain people in your family and identify that same shit with them, and just understand that they just didn't reach that consciousness to break themselves out of the shit, or to really like pinpoint and like free themselves, escape from the shit, instead of pacifying these people and oh, family, and whatever the case may be, right? So this is talking about you just understanding like, okay, boom, I understand, you know, my purpose, what I've done, how I can take this further, and how I can really fulfill, you know, like something truly transformative, like, you know, and imprinting on my legacy, on my generation, right? Something that my ancestors can really be proud for, right? So that's all I got to say, and I gotta go. Yeah, because this is definitely like, and some of these things it's because of ancestral beef. Like, there's a, like, for example, your parents could have had a friend, like an ex-friend, this, that, and the third, who was really like on some witchy shit, bro. Disturbed, mentally disturbed, but had a history of being mentally disturbed when it came to her emotional energy, or whatever the case may be. Jealous, wanting your mom's life or wanting your father's life, this, that, and the third, wanting to date somebody like them, like their partner, dating their family members, or dating their friends or whatever, like just trying to get intertwined themselves and trying to live a familiar life like them and connect themselves with them and stuff like that, draining their energy. You wonder why things happening to your parents, they're losing their hair, or they're gaining weight, or things are happening to their beauty spells. You know about beauty spells, so you figuring this shit out like, oh damn, so that's really what's going on, especially when you know your parent was like one of the flyest motherfuckers around when they was young, when they was your age. Think about that shit. Shallow motherfuckers. But this is talking about all the energy. You know how to break them spells, so you breaking them spells, you speaking over that shit, and all the energy coming right back to your parents, and you about to see them just going up. It don't got to be your parents, it could be a relative, it could be a friend, it could be somebody who you know deep down is genuine and pure. They just have a certain ignorance when it comes to a higher level of spiritual wisdom. Period. That's all I got to say. But I love you guys, and I gotta go. It's your girl, the Authentic Empress. See you guys later. Oh, shit.